Welcome back. With the Timlec we are, and I think I've figured out where this thingy here goes, which goes between the button on top of the clock and somehow stopping the alarm. And I've had a look inside, and it looks like this sort of coppery piece here is the piece which blocks the alarm from working and turning it off, because it sort of wedges in between the hammer, you could call it a hammer, and the coil. So that would prevent it from buzzing. Now, the way the alarm is, there's something wrong with the alarm itself, the way the timing's set up, but it looks like this thing here will pop inwards when the alarm time is. However, something's misaligned and it won't do that. However, if that is true, that piece there is what blocks the alarm, which I think it pretty much is, I've noticed in there this metal springy bit, and by putting this end of the metal springy bit, which I'm not going to unbend, it is bent, but I don't know if it's not supposed to be bent or not. By putting this end into that metal springy bit there, as you can see, maybe from this angle, you can see the springy bit moving back and forth. When this pushes down, it does not only push down, but it also pushes backwards. So by having this underneath the button, when it pushes down, it will, in effect, also press up against that brass piece, blocking it into the alarm. So I think we've pretty much figured out what this is from and how to stop the alarm. So I don't think that's a worry anymore, and we'll have to figure that out at some point. Another thing I've done since is I have actually powered the coil up using my power thing. This is from an electric percolator, but it is basically a portable socket because it's insulated from all around, and you can just poke two wires in there from the coil to get electricity out of them. So I did that with these two ends, and the thing did jump a little bit like that. So I'm pretty sure that this coil is going to work, so this project should be successful if nothing goes wrong along the way. So with that out of the way, and this glass out of the way, I don't want to break that, I think we should proceed with the disassembly. I'm getting my sleeves caught on the thing. So yeah, everything is cast, and I love it. You don't often see many cast parts, usually just the case, but this whole thing, this dial is made of cast metal, this is made of cast metal, and I wouldn't be surprised if some other stuff was as well, the case. So it looks like I'm going to have to take the hands off next, and I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to go about it. I've got this to protect it, but I think I'll start with a single screwdriver method, like this. Let's try popping pliers. I do have a black marker, so any disasters should be reversible. Yeah, removing the hands on these things is never the nicest part. There we go. Whew. Right, I should be able to flatten this out, make it more handy, like that. And by going over it with a black marker, hopefully I can restore the black of it. Because yeah, I think it's pretty much inevitable, paint coming off these things. But most importantly, we didn't lose any dial paint, which would be much more of an issue. So I think I can just do this, and no one will know, except me, and you. That doesn't look too bad, does it? Right, now for the hour hand, which I'm hoping just pulls off. Aha! It does, even fingernail power. Pin that, make sure it's nice and flat, like that. Alright, so that was surprisingly successful. These look really stiff, and they were pretty stiff, but not impossibly stiff. And it looks like I scratched up the end of that a little bit. I'll sort that out over time, might even paint that black. So now we should be able to take the dial off. And I do love this style design. It's 1946 to 1948, so it's right at the end of the Art Deco, really, but it still has sort of those geometric features. Is this the only thing holding it on? No, it can't be. No, we've got here as well. Okay, so we've got that screw up there. One. And we also have, this is so sturdy, this, two here as well, which aren't that tight. And obviously this has been opened up before because of the coil connections, but I'm not sure whether the movement itself has been serviced before. It's usually pretty unlikely that someone would service an electric movement like this. However, this being such a nice quality one, maybe someone gave it a thought. Oh. Alright, this just came out of something. This must have gone on there. I'll try and remember that. This is our telltale, so you know it's working. Put this dial away. There. So, let's proceed. Now, it looks like the next part might involve trying to get this thing off. It is very dirty, so let's grab a cotton bud, cotton swab, or Q-tip, and I don't have the isopropyl alcohol around. I'll just do it like this, I suppose. I'll clean all the parts at some point anyway. Oh, I was expecting there to be a like a screw or something in the middle, but no, not even a rivet. It's just yeah. It's literally just brass. So maybe I can. I do not want to bend this. That's the thing. Yeah, this definitely has to come off. There's no way to get the rotor off otherwise. I've never seen one of these directly attached onto the rotor. You'd think it would have like unnecessary, add unnecessary weight onto it and make it less easier to move. Although this is just naturally wobbly. What is holding this thing on? I do not know. Pull it off. I do not. Oh, okay, fair enough. I was going to say I do not want to damage it, but looks like we have taken it off already. And this just pops on there, I assume. Somehow. Yeah, it's interesting that it's brass on one side, or gold painted on one side, and no, it's actually two pieces of metal. Have a look. It's actually a sandwich, well, a two-piece sandwich of steel and brass, it looks like. I'm not sure how that was originally supposed to go, but I reckon there might have been a sticker on here or something at some point. I don't know. If not, I'll put one on here, even if it's not original, because it's pretty hard to see. So, can we get these off? Got a washer there. I've got a washer here. What I'm going to do is take this out first. Yeah, this is a real joy to work on. Once you get past the hands, which are never nice, this thing is beautifully solidly put together, and hopefully it's nice and easy to reassemble. Oh, there comes the rotor. and it has a brass flywheel on it. It's made of 3 pieces of laminated metal, probably steel or something, and this wheel on the front is for the starting flicker. And now we can see all the way in it, and we have a double worm drive, which makes it, you know, you don't need many wheels for this. You can get by with only a couple, because the worm drives are so effective. Although they're harder to make, I presume, so they're probably more expensive stuff, unless you get the plastic ones out of Metamex. Yeah, I was going to take this off, wasn't I? And hopefully I'm doing this in the right order. Oh yeah. And as simple as that, we've got an interesting triangular plate. We have our wheels, and this here is the alarm fingerfungular. It's sort of a cheese wheel type situation, and we have this is beautifully machined, but it's going to come back in a certain order. There's no, you know, it's all good. So this one, then this one, then maybe this does not want to come off. Not going to have to remove any knobs, am I? Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to remove a knob or two. Aha. Well, that's made it a bit easier. We have a access screw on here, and I think this means we can take this dial off somehow. If in doubt, plier it. Ah, but this is in the way. How can we get this knob off? I think we're going to have to at some point. I'd rather do it without this here, though. Oh, we managed to worm our way past it. Alright. Yeah, this knob might be difficult. And we've actually got rubber as sort of friction. Interesting. And yeah, it looks like I was right about the hammer blocker. Why is this not... Yeah, it's just so stiff, that's why. Look at the thing here. This should be springing up against the thing, but it's not yet, so you need to pull it out yourself. So I think obviously there's something up with this. And it's just so sticky and old. So I think by servicing this we may solve our problems. So can we get this out? Looks like we've got a couple of pins or something. Yeah. Alright. This is so user friendly, or maintenance friendly. Pin, washer, rubber, washer, plate. Pretty basic. So yeah, let's take this knob off now. Somehow I think it can be done. Let's try using 2 pairs of pliers. The old one of the many double plier methods. Oh, and that just came off. I don't know why I was expecting this to be really stiff, but I guess sometimes things aren't quite what they seem, which is very true for the world of alarm clocks. And this just came off here. I'm not sure which way that's supposed to come back on again. That is not good. This way? Or this way? I do not know, but it's a beautifully machined piece of brass. Yeah, I'm not sure. Probably should have paid closer attention, but I'm sure we'll figure it out at some point. Yeah, we can take this out now. Like this. And this is so complicated in terms of washers. We have a spacer and a washer. I'll leave this on here for now, and a slip clutch. And we have another rubbery ordeal and then I don't feel too confident in doing this all at once, if you know what I mean. I'll do it step by step. So what I'll do is I will stop this here, and because it's so complicated and it's very new to me, I'm just going to stop this here, and then I'll get to it after I've cleaned all these bits, and then I've watched it again to remember where they go back together. So it's been 15 minutes, and thank you for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, and if you're not, then, well, you might regret it.